Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Monday, the 3rd of July. But first, a quick recap on Saturday's performance. Well, as you'll be well aware, I was very disappointed with Saturday. We started off with, I think it was the first four runners all missed the cash places by one place. We had in the first race it was Coachella, which was only part of the trebles. That came, I think it was a short head fourth, paying first three. And then we had, obviously I can't remember these now. I wasn't going to have a look before the video, but I think we had a fifth place paying first four. And then we had, although I took the price at 18 or 22 to 1, it returned 40s. And that horse was just outside the places. The Winterton or Winterlife, I think it was, in the Northumberland Bars. Aztec Fly ran a decent race, came there to win the race, wasn't good enough, came third. Variety of prices, I think between 18s and 33s or 18s and 28s, I think it was. So we actually got that one placed. The draw bias didn't quite work out, but we had a number of horses that probably ran better in the evening than the form suggests. I think maybe there was a slight bias, but sometimes it wasn't enough to influence the result. So enough waffling. So let's get straight into it. Well, personally, I think Monday's dreadful. Normally, I go to this meeting at Pontefract. I always enjoy it. It's a quiet course. It's just a nice town course. You've got a few pubs, probably just 5-10, well, probably 10 minutes away. Anyway, what am I talking about? But anyway, I used to go to this meeting. I haven't been for a while now, probably about 4 years now. So let's get into it. So it's a dreadful day's racing. Basically, all I've done is, unfortunately, a free bet's not available till tomorrow, and that's all it's worth, if I'm being honest. It's a £6 Sky Bet free bet. Obviously, I've played £6.20, but it would have been. I'm only prepared to use basically 20 pence of my own money. That's how poor I think it is. So what I've gone for is generally Luke Morris's mounts, because he doesn't go to Pontefract very often. So let me get into it. So the first selection is, it's a 10 pence each way, lucky 31, comes to £6.20. The first selection is not a Luke Morris ridden horse. It's Mask of Anarchy. I've left the price in the 10 past 2 at Pontefract, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse is ridden by Olive Nichols. It seems like there's about 1,000 jockeys called Nichols now, all related to either Adrian Nichols or Paul Nichols or all them lot. So it's like, so this horse, I believe it's still on the up. It's still got the mark it's on is still, it can be competitive off it. It's going to be more difficult, but I believe that there could be three in the race that could make the running. This is one of them, and I think this one will make the running. And once it gets to the front, especially if it gets to a fairly easy lead, it could be very hard to pass. Well, Craig Lidster is already doing well with his runners at Pontefract, and I expect this horse to go well. I think it's got a decent chance of winning, but I think it's got a very good chance of finishing the first 4. It was a stingy price. It was only about 9 to 2. I was expecting 7s or 8, so that's why I didn't take the price. The next selection is, next second at 28 to 1 in the 240 at Pontefract, paying 4 places instead of 3. This was Ruth Carr and Luke Morris. He doesn't ride that often for her, but this is a held up horse. Doesn't really suit them too often at Pontefract, but he has got some decent mounts, Luke Morris has, and I find it interesting that he rides this one for Ruth Carr. So it's only a tentative bet, no massive confidence behind it, no particular angle apart from the Luke Morris travelling to Pontefract angle. The third selection is Natakata. Left the price in the 350 at Pontefract. This isn't really an each way price, but it's a Luke Morris ride. Basically, this should be a blank day really, but I fancy having a bet. So these aren't really tips. These are my bets that I'm having on Monday. So it's Natakata. The fourth selection is Ottoman Prince in the 425 at Pontefract, paying 4 places instead of 3. Once again, Luke Morris. This is more similar to Natakata, where you would expect it at the price. It really needs to win in this kind of bet. I think it's got a good chance. It's been stepped up massively in distance, and I think it's got a decent chance. The final selection is one I backed last time. It drifted quite markedly last time. I don't think it'll drift again. I think we'll be around about this price, if not shorten. I do think it will come on for the run, and I do think it will be hard to beat in what I believe is a weaker race. So it's Corinthia Knight at 6-1 in the 5 o'clock at Pontefract, paying 6 places instead of 4. So out of all the selections, then I would probably fancy Corinthia Knight the most. So the very best of luck. Let's hope it's better racing on Tuesday. If you can give me a like or a subscribe or a comment, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.